I want to talk today about some of these Android apps that I use. These are all free apps that do have pay versions, but so far all of them do everything I need for free. These are really nice apps. They get a lot of tools at your fingertips, and you can see visual cues of how you're doing. So anything that helps with the motivation is worth having. I'm going to talk about them and show you some screenshots. The first one I want to talk about is Monitor Your Weight. It's a deceptively simple app, and the more I use it, the more it's becoming my favorite. The graph screen is nice. It's actually what I was using the most at first. You've got the green line shows your goal. The orange line shows your trend. The blue is your actual weigh-ins. That's when you put them in daily, weekly, whatever you do. And as you can see, it's generally going down, so it shows I'm on the right track. But you'll see a couple bumps, and that's what I say. If you have a day that, I'll try not to call it a bad day, but let's say some days are better than others, or you're on vacation, you have a bump in the road, but you see that trend going down, the beginning of the chart to the end of the chart, I'm going the right direction. You can't let that bump in the road distract you from your goal. And you're gonna have them, and there's nothing wrong with that. And as you can see, even with the bumps in the road, I'm going the right direction. The history screen just kind of gives you the view of each time you weigh in. Green is good, yellow is a bump in the road, and I've not yet had it turn red, so I guess I'm doing okay. The main screen is one that I didn't really use much. Tap it to enter your weight, and it shows your current weight in the middle. And that was about all I really looked at. But you notice it's got the starting and the target weights, dates, and all that. But below it, you see I'm at 42%, and I'm 35% of the way done with the time. So I'm a little ahead of schedule. Also, at the current weight, you'll see the little circle filling in, and it's at about almost 4. If you look at like time of a clock, it's about 4:30, so it's 42% of the way. It shows body fat, how much you've lost, how much you still need to lose, your current levels. I'm in obese class 1. I was in class 2, so it's an improvement. Average daily loss, average weekly loss, and how many calories you should be consuming to stay on your goal. And all of this, it's not going to help you exercise more, it's not going to help you eat less, but when you see it and you can track it like this, you can see day-to-day progress. It does help my motivation to keep me going. The next one I use is Map My Walk, and I use this pretty much every day. It's by Under Armour, and I think they have a website where you can track it all, and they have the community. I've just never used it because, as you'll see later, I use a different app. When you first turn it on, you'll have a little map screen, and it'll have a start workout button. So when you hit that, you'll see it changes to the pause. Then if you pause it, there's hold to finish, or you resume. I'm showing these three different windows are just that bar on the bottom that you can scroll through. And it shows how far you've walked, how long you've walked, the current pace per kilometer or mile, you can change it as you wish, and the average pace, and then how many calories. They are notorious for overestimating the calories. I looked online and everybody says it's a good app for what it does, but don't go with the calories. So I use Spark People for my calories. But this will post it online. You can share it to Facebook. You can pull up here, you can pull up all your old workouts. You can go in to analyze them. You'll see the distance, time, steps. You can go in and look at the pace, your best, high and low, how fast you're going. It does also go into elevation, which where I live just is not applicable because we're flat, completely flat, like North Texas. But you can see the pacing, it goes up and down. A lot of that varies by the pavement here. I hate cement. I like dirt. I'll go faster on dirt, slower on cement, and I can see that. Also, when the kids come out for high fives, I slow down. But it's a pretty good app for tracking everything. Um, Mostly, like I said, I use it to check my pace and my time and the map, distance, and then I use another program for the calories. The Tabata timer I don't use quite daily because it's for more tracking workouts, and I'm starting to work jumping rope into this and some calisthenics, so the Tabata timer helps with that. You go in, you can set up all your intervals. If you want warm-up time, exercise, rest, how many sets, the recovery in between sets, how many cycles of the sets. And I assumed for the free version you would be able to do like one schedule. But I've got multiple schedules saved. I'm really surprised that it will do that for the free version. When I do my jump rope, it's like 30 seconds of jumping rope, pause for 20 seconds, 30 seconds of calisthenics, and it has different exercises you're supposed to do. And this is a good visual cue. You can see here the white screen is your initial countdown, the orange screen is your exercise, green is your rest. And you'll see on the bottom how many sets, how many cycles, and how much time is left. So it's a pretty handy little program. The main thing I use is Spark People. It's got a good online community, and like I've said before, it doesn't have a lot of what I consider the gym snobs. It's a very friendly, helpful community. And the web page has more options than the phone app, but the phone app does quite a lot. You can see here where you turn it on, you've got your main screen. First off, you'll see calories eaten, calories burned, and there's a little bar that shows calories remaining. There's some buttons at the bottom. You can go to some specific areas. If you click that multicolored spark in the middle, it brings up this screen with where you go and do your chat, your food, your exercise, weight, whatever you want. It has a lot of options. You can set up notifications. You can connect devices if you've got a Fitbit or some of the other trackers. You can also, you set your goals and all your bio data. This one says my daily goal is 15 to 1800, whereas Monitor Your Weight says 1400. Pretty close, so good enough. When you enter in your weight, it puts in a graph, and this one you can just see the red line is your trend, the blue line is your weigh-ins. It doesn't have a goal line, which is something I actually kind of like on the Monitor Your Weight. That one does more. At first I was thinking this did everything I needed, but once I've started using that other Monitor Your Weight, I'm really liking it more. So this screen is here. I rarely look at it. You've got all your different chat channels you can go to. The app is very limited. It's 140 characters. They think they're Twitter. Hard to have a conversation. So I don't use it very much for chat. I use the forums on the website much more. This is one long screen you scroll through. As you add food and exercise, the screen just gets longer. You'll see here I've entered in breakfast, lunch, and it'll show your calories for the meal. It'll show each item. You can open each item and see the details. And then at the bottom below the snack, you'll see the totals for the day. There is a nutrition report that goes a lot more in depth. There are paid reports that go even more in depth, but the nutrition report for free already tells me more than I care to know. When you scroll down below that, you enter in your exercises. I generally don't enter my exercises on this page because it has a lot of limitations. You can't put as much in it. The website has where you can draw maps and track exactly where you went and how long and figure the calories. So I use the website to enter the exercises. This is good just for reading it later. Back on that main screen where you had that green bar that showed your calories for the day, I just learned today if you tap it, it opens this little pop-up screen. and it shows your original calorie goal, how much you've exercised, so that's your new calorie goal, minus the food you're eating, how many calories are left. And I just found, I've been using it for 3 months, I just found this today, and that's actually a really cool screen. I think I'm going to like that one. Now, as I said, none of these apps are going to make you eat less. They're not going to make you exercise more. But it's a good tool, and some people need, I'm big on having the numbers, and I have a spreadsheet to keep track of all my spreadsheets. I love having the information, and these apps give you a lot of information. They're easy to use, they're free, they don't run a lot of resources on your phone, and they're just very handy, and they've been a huge help in me staying on track and monitoring my progress. Enjoy your day in paradise.